Yo, what's up? Today, even though it's a Saturday, I think we're gonna do a weekly review, a review of the week. Productivity wise, not the best week I'd say, but it's okay. It was my first week back after a week and a half hiatus, right? So yeah, we're gonna recap the week and then just cap it off with like a end of day for for Friday. I think that should yeah, that should be it. Okay, starting with Euro USD. It's been in a range, man, for basically the entirety of the week. It's just been in this disgusting range. It's just been in this disgusting range, so I am not gonna go way too deep into this one, but Monday was like Friday, 3rd of July. So basically from here it just pushed down, right, and then we finally got a break of the internal low. If I can grab it, finally got a break right there for our icons there. So yeah, I'm hoping for more of a bearish week next week, right, where we see the continuation of this play, right? Because we've just been ranging, and then maybe now we'll start to see it start to go down, and then I'll probably take this as a swing high, right? Even though the previous swing was like all the way up here, but yeah, push up, stuck in the range, push down, decent for a 4-hour swing, right? And then on the M15, again, it's just been stuck between structure, right, between the swing high and the swing low, but we did have an IBOS here. And I remember on Friday I was looking for sells. In terms of the week, right, sell. This one is a little bit tough, man, because it's also, this is my first weekly recap. I haven't really done a weekly recap, so I'm not sure how to structure them. I'm gonna have to go and look at like a Photon weekly recap and see how David structures his weekly recaps, and then use that format moving forward, right? Well, I think that should force like 5, maybe 6 videos out of me per week, right? 5, maybe 6 EODs every day till Friday. Maybe not on a Friday, I don't know, we'll see. And then a weekly recap on Saturday, and then a look ahead on Sunday, just so I know I am prepared for the week, right? All my biases are set, and then we just see how things play out in that specific week. But yeah, Euro USD, I think not the best weeks in terms of price action for Euro USD, so I'm chilling off that one. But we'll see tomorrow when we do like a look ahead what my expectations for it will be. And then GPUSD starting off on the 4-hour as well. Also, we did get a decent internal break right here. I can make it a 4-hour IBOS here. 4-hour IBOS here. High, internal high. So for the week, it would have been same as Euro USD, right way. It's nice, clear 4-hour bearish structure. expectations on Friday, I believe, were for it to like come in here, and then I would have looked for sells in there, but I did not get that. Right, this right, yes. This I was looking for something like this. We have not gotten this as of yet. That is for Friday, right? And then I was to then move here. I was moves here, and then the high can only be found in between the IBOS, which means the new high is here. Right, I was looking for sells in here on Friday. It just didn't come up in here, and then I could have looked for sells. Doesn't actually looking for sells anyway within these. Not very great zones, I'd say. Not the best zones. Maybe there was something in here, but honestly not the best of zones. I was actually looking for something that was more structural. Let's see, yeah, no, we don't even have like 5-minute liquidation, so yeah, not the best zone. Yes, it held and did a little bit of this, but really it's not a good zone. Okay, I'll find my liquidation from here. Maybe you could have, because this is the entire structure, you could have had but it would have been a loss anyway if looking here. But this is the swing where I should be looking for a liquidation in. This not great as a liquidation, because you see not have entered in a trade here and took a loss. So yeah, I wasn't actually looking for anything in there. I was looking for like a head and shoulder type pattern to form in here, and then look for a sell from there. In terms of the week as a whole, yeah, you can see structurally it was selling, but there was no point for good sells, if that makes sense. Maybe here, but the issue here was we had just touched this 4-hour zone here. And then as you can see in here, it's like iffy zones, right? So not a pivot. I do like to see a pivot zone that's high probability. So yeah, I don't think I missed anything important anyway in here. I don't believe I missed anything important. Yeah, I don't believe I missed anything important this week in there. And then finally, USD CAD, we walk away with a break even from the trade that we had in here earlier during the week. Still on the 4-hour. Yeah, 4 hours just been pulling back after the previous structure. We had a pullback, but now, interestingly enough, we have had a 4-hour IBOS here, looking for the next 4-hour IBOS there, right? And then continue looking for buys. Continue looking for buys there, but that's for tomorrow's video. This is just a recap of like yesterday and the week. Monday, you can see from Monday it just started pumping up. No opportunities to enter anywhere. And then Tuesday, yeah, I remember this on Tuesday. I think I was looking for sells in here, trying to play pullback. I know this was the swing here. I was trying to play a pullback, didn't get the pullback, it pushed higher, and then we took the buy in there, break even trade, and then Thursday recovery, didn't get a trigger. I was looking for a trade in here, it didn't get a trigger in there. This ended up touching though, but I wasn't looking for that. This is one of those though, but I haven't really practiced this one. There's like a setup in here, right? There is a specific setup that I need to test out on the M15. There's a specific 1:2 setup in here. Let's take a 1:2.2 setup. And this one is actually very, very good. Probably tomorrow I need to make time and start documenting these setups. This 15-minute chalk trade, right? 15-minute chalk right there after the sweep of Asian liquidity, and it's at the swing low. This is a high probability, and as you can see, all is too easy. I'm gonna have to look into this one, honestly. I'm gonna have to look into this. This is a good setup. This tomorrow I'll make time and just start building a profile on this 1:2 setup for future. Then just add it to my arsenal. And then on Friday, okay, let's dive deeper into the Friday. What's this? A 15-minute zone. Oh yeah, okay, I remember this one. This is the buy. This buy here actually is for this M15 zone, but this is not an actual trade that I took, right? First and foremost was late. As you can see, it was like half five. At 5 on a Friday. I'm not looking to take a trade 5 on a Friday, but that's not gonna be good. 5 on a Friday, yeah. This is a setup that worked out, but it's not high probability. I just looked at it just as a thought, right? As a thought to have, because on the 1 hour, this is how I viewed it on the 1 hour. This is the 1 hour zone here, right? If you look at the 1 hour structurally, this is what we have. We have a movement down, right? Movement up, movement down, then movement up, right? Movement down, and then the cross of this move here. So obviously I was expecting a zone in here to hold, right? To continue the buys, even though it's not the highest probability in terms of structurally, since we kind of are just trapped between this high and this low. But it was something I was thinking of, like, okay, this 1 hour zone, I could see it holding, right? But I don't actually trade 1 hour zone like this, so it was just an idea in my head, like, okay, let's see what happens when it comes in here, right? And you had a pivot 15 minute, and then also you didn't have liquidity to the left of the swing leg, right? So obviously then you take a risk entry, but after a huge recovery like this, and also you just swept liquidity on the swing high, this is not high probability. I think this one wouldn't work out most times, even though I was just looking at it and then it did work out this time, but this is not a high probability setup, hence I wouldn't actually put this in my notion and as a high probability setup. This one though is kind of high probability. We'll get into this one. We'll get into this specific setup, this one, tomorrow. For today, I think that's about it. We can get into the notion and look at okay, can't actually get into my notion. I'd have to log in, so it's fine. We'll see. I think from next week Saturday again, I'll start doing these like weekly recaps. Either it's the end of day for Friday plus like a weekly recap or something, but I need to like figure out the structure and how I'm gonna do it. So yeah, man. Peace